What is Pig 64, you might ask? Well, let me show you.
Pig 64 was a game based on the survival horror hit Roblox Piggy, developed by Team i2R and released in the June of 2024, and it instantly gained massive amounts of traction. Since the game's director, AJ Fried, has already confirmed that Pig 64 Part 2 is one of the final updates to the main game. What was the real purpose behind all this? I mean, think about it. You don't just build a massive, fully functional 3D platformer, drop a Part 2, and then completely walk away unless there's a much bigger picture. Let's talk about it. If you didn't know, Pig 64 wasn't just some random passion project thrown together in a weekend. It was directed by AJ Fried and produced by Derpy, and it gave us a crazy 3D platformer where we collected Piggy tokens, explored glitch worlds, and saw the entire Piggy universe in a totally new way. People were absolutely obsessed with it, and it had its own unique style. The movement was incredibly fun, and the community was constantly hunting for every single secret they could find. But then, back in June of 2025, Part 2 dropped, and almost as soon as it arrived, we were told that was it. The game was finished, and there would be no more major story updates to the game. So if the game was over, why did Team i2R put so much insane effort into a spin-off that was destined to end so quickly? Well, it's because Pig 64 is never actually meant to be the main event. And this brings us to Derpy, an ex-developer for Team i2R. And Derpy actually came out and confirmed that Pig 64, at its core, a marketing game. It was essentially a massive interactive teaser leading up to something much bigger. But what on earth is actually bigger than a fully functioning 3D platformer with its own dedicated fan base? To understand exactly what's happening right now, we have to rewind the clock and look back at some of the greatest Piggy fan games of all time. I'm talking about Piggy, the Lost Book. Back in 2021, Derpy and his original development team, which is known as T-Derp Productions at the time, released Piggy, the Lost Book. It was an absolute masterpiece for its time, and the community absolutely loved it. The lore was deep, and it was so incredibly well made that MiniToon himself actually promoted it. It was a massive deal to have the creator of the original game shout out a fan project like that. But then, right when the game was at its absolute peak, out of nowhere, development completely stopped, and the game was suddenly canceled. But it turns out nothing went wrong. Something went incredibly right. MiniToon had actually approached the developers and brought Team i2R on board to make an official Piggy spin-off. And that's right, they were from making a fan game to working directly with the creator on a canon official project. For years, progress was completely silent. The developers had to keep everything under wraps. The community was left entirely in the dark, and we just started calling this massive secret project Piggy's newly discovered Bic, or simply Piggy ? And guys, this is where it all connects. Pig 64 was literally built from the ground up to be the bridge to this massive new game. It was a massive way to keep the community engaged, drop subtle hints, and set the stage for the real project they've been working on behind the scenes all these years. And if you think this is just a wild theory, which it's not, we already have a hard proof evidence that everything is deeply connected. Characters that were introduced to us in Pig 64 are carrying over directly into the new game. For example, AJ Fried confirmed that AJ Alpaca, the shopkeeper you all know from Pig 64, is officially going to appear in Piggy, the Lost Book. They're taking the world that they built into that 3D platformer and injecting it straight into the official canon of this massive upcoming game. So Pig 64 wasn't just a fun little mini game to keep us busy. All the lore, the Easter eggs, and the weird secrets you guys have been finding, they're actually setting the stage for an absolute big Piggy game that we are yet to see. The transition from the Lost Book to Pig 64 and to this finally mysterious new official game is one of the craziest development stories in Roblox history, and we're finally able to see the massive payoff. I'm honestly super excited for this game because I heard this game is going to be very good, and still keep in mind, we're still left in the dark about when this game will release. We have no idea, we have no clues, no hints, no nothing. All we have is a title, and that's pretty much it. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know down below in the comments how you feel about this, and I'll see you in the next one. So take it easy, peace.